Friendships in high school are hard. Hard to make, hard to maintain, especially in a school like Meekle. For a place where 4,000 kids roam the halls every day, there are a lot of tight-knit friend groups that were made all the way back in middle school. That means it's almost impossible to make friendships that consist of anything more than small talk. Between all these groups, there was me. I was always the guy that kept to himself. Not intentionally or anything. I mean, I don't hate people. It's just that I'm not the kind of guy who has a lot of people I would call friends. I've never really gone out of my way to associate myself with people outside of school, so I guess people who don't know me, I'm just sort of the quiet, brooding kid that sits in dark corners. I remember one day, early in freshman year, I was waiting in the lunch line, and out of nowhere I heard, "Hey." I waited for a second "hey" from someone around me. Nothing. I realized, wait a minute, is that "hey" from me? Who would want to say hey to me? I turned around and I saw this girl looking at me. And I said, "Hey." And that was the end of that. Later on in the day, I went to my geography class and I heard the same "hey" as before, coming from my right. And strangely enough, she sits next to me in class. That class was filled with a lot of different people. You had all kinds of personalities in that class. You had quiet kids, loud kids, funny kids, kids that needed to stop trying to be funny. I don't think anyone would have known each other had they not shared that class. As for the two of us, we actually sat together for the entire year. Every time we got new seats, we always happened to sit next to each other. So we talked about what was going on in class, our taste in music, and we formed this weird, unconventional friendship considering how we were near opposites in terms of our social lives. She was a little bit more of a popular girl, and then, well, there was me. Anyway, then comes sophomore year. We got out of the freshman building finally, but this time we didn't have any classes together. Luckily, our paths crossed every day after first period, and we said hi to each other there every day. Like, every day. That's just how our friendship was. To us, the concept of being friends was as simple as acknowledging each other's existence. In fact, we never actually did much outside of school. For a long time, we kind of kept to a basis of saying hi in the hallway, making short conversation, and not really much more than that. It was enjoyable. We were great friends because we simplified the idea of friendship into basic terms. Being friends didn't mean that we hung out every single weekend or that we were inseparable, but it meant that we constantly made it clear that we appreciated the other person's existence. It's amazing how a single syllable can brighten someone's day. From my experience, nearly all of my friendships turn into this awkward situation of, should I say hi, or did they look back at me? This is, without a doubt, the most awkward social situation ever. It would just stay in this awkward zone until we finally just forgot about each other. But this wasn't like that. We always said hi and we stayed great friends. It was always nice to know that even if you're in the worst mood, there was always at least one person that thinks you're worth saying hi to. I can say without exaggeration that nothing makes me happier than